Good afternoon. My name is Brandon Wilhelm. I am the Chief of the Dodgeville Police Department. Also present with me here is Michael Peterson, Sheriff of the Iowa County Sheriff's Office, and Barry Hotman, the Mayor of the City of Dodgeville. Accompanying us on the sides of the room are some of the many investigators and law enforcement officials who played a large part in this case investigation. Today I'll be providing an update to you on what is a homicide investigation involving victim Dorinda Segebrecht. This will include a timeline of investigative events as they played out beginning on July 15, 2025, a list of charges related to the criminal complaint, and some information for the public. Sheriff Peterson will then be discussing some of the different agencies that were involved in this process and reading a statement of the family. Dodgeville Mayor Barry Hotman will be making a statement as well. We will be answering a few questions to the best of our ability following the statement of Mayor Hotman. As described in yesterday's press release, we can confirm that Dorinda Segebrecht was positively identified by the medical examiner in Nebraska as the deceased female located in the backseat of her vehicle in Nebraska. We can also confirm that Gavin Thompson, the suspect arrested in Nebraska, is the suspect related to the incident which occurred in Dodgeville on July 15, 2025. I will first go through a timeline of events from the night of the incident and then provide a summary of charges that are expected to be issued today in Iowa County, Wisconsin. As this timeline will point out, from the very onset of officer arrival, we determined this was a very serious situation. Once we knew that Dorinda was not present at her residence and her vehicle was gone, we immediately proceeded as if Dorinda was alive, but in need of immediate assistance. So now for the timeline of events, which they are up here on the board behind me as well. And these times are approximate as well. They're pretty close, but they're approximate. 7:51 p.m., call came into the Iowa County Dispatch Center for a welfare check at 309 East Division Street in the city of Dodgeville, Iowa County. A 67-year-old female by the name of Dorinda Segebrecht had reportedly not been seen or heard from, and her vehicle was missing. The house was checked by family, which indicated possible suspicious circumstances. Family provided the registration of the vehicle to dispatch, which was immediately entered into law enforcement resources, which provided information that the vehicle had been in Peru, Illinois at approximately 6:46 p.m. on that date. At 7:57 p.m., a Dodgeville officer, Sergeant Wire, was dispatched to the call. At 8 o'clock p.m., he arrived on scene. At 8:09 p.m., I, Chief Wilhelm, arrived on the scene as well. By 8:10 p.m., an ATL was requested to Peru, Illinois, and the entire state of Illinois based off of what was observed at that scene, so about within 1 to 2 minutes. At 8:11 p.m. and 8:16 p.m., additional local law enforcement resources were requested to respond and assist at the scene, including with scene barrier tape and securing that scene. At 8:31 p.m., Wisconsin Department of Justice was contacted, and we reported that a person was missing and endangered, and we requested assistance from the State Crime Laboratory and special agents from the Department of Criminal Investigation. At 8:32 p.m., crime scene was secured. Law enforcement agencies, especially Dodgeville PD, began utilizing neighborhood cameras to narrow the time frame between 2:16 p.m. and 3:06 p.m. for when the vehicle had left the residence. At 8:37 p.m., efforts began to enter the vehicle as stolen and enter the victim as missing and endangered. By 9:47 p.m., we established a command post here at the Iowa County Communications Center. We developed a person of interest as well based on a neighborhood house camera that was in that area. Throughout the night, law enforcement resources initially led to St. Charles, Missouri as a potential lead. We followed those leads into the greater Lincoln, Nebraska area. Based on additional law enforcement resources and investigation, at 1:33 a.m., contact was made with the Nebraska State Patrol to ensure they were aware of the vehicle as well as the seriousness associated with this incident. At 1:50 a.m., we were advised by Nebraska State Patrol that a pursuit had taken place, the vehicle had crashed, a suspect had fled on foot, and that the suspect matched the description of the person that we had established as a person of interest. It was at that point that that person of interest became an official suspect. We were also informed that a deceased female body was located in the back of the vehicle that matched the descriptions of the registered owner of the vehicle and the missing and endangered female from Dodgeville. At 2:39 a.m., a video of the suspect was sent to Nebraska State Patrol to assist with locating the suspect that had fled from them. At 4:43 a.m., we notified the Nebraska squad commander, who was in charge of the massive manhunt that had occurred, a name of the suspect from here in Dodgeville. That manhunt occurred from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m., and at 6 a.m. the suspect was taken into custody in Nebraska. Based off of much of that part of the investigation and additional investigation that's occurred since then, we will be filing a criminal complaint this afternoon through the Iowa County District Attorney's Office for the following charges on Gavin Thompson. First-degree intentional homicide, burglary while armed with a dangerous weapon, hiding a corpse, and operating a motor vehicle without owner's consent. Thompson will be awaiting extradition back to Wisconsin, which I anticipate will be within the next week. I also anticipate personally going to Nebraska, taking him into our custody, bringing him back to the city of Dodgeville and the Iowa County Courthouse to answer to these charges. For the public, please realize this is still a very, very active investigation. Police services to the city of Dodgeville are not disrupted at this time, but we do ask that non-emergency, non-essential matters be limited to the extent possible. We are also asking the public both in the city of Dodgeville and nearby rural areas from approximately 12:30 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. on July 15th. Video and eyewitness statements related to the vehicle and the suspect may assist in continuing to develop our timeline of events. Please review the previously released images of the vehicle and the suspect and note the long-sleeve camouflage-style shirt and the bright yellow shoes. If you have video footage and or personally observed the vehicle or suspect between those hours on that date, please send that information to our email address for these tips, which will be policetip@dodgevillewi.gov. Again, that's policetip@dodgevillewi.gov. I'm going to let Sheriff Peterson address and thank many of the agencies that were involved in this investigation. Before doing so, I would like to conclude my portion by personally thanking Sheriff Peterson, the Iowa County Sheriff's Department, and especially their investigators, who have been amazing throughout this event, working nonstop in the command center, going to Nebraska, helping coordinate press releases, and a plethora of other duties that they did. I cannot thank them enough. There's a lot of other agencies I want to thank too, but I know he'll get to that. And also our Dodgeville police officers who were involved throughout this for many hours straight. They went well above and beyond. I don't want to become too redundant in those thank yous, so I'm going to leave that for Sheriff Peterson. But Finally, I want to express my sincere condolences to all of the families involved and affected by this. Our thoughts and prayers are with you as we all navigate this senseless tragedy. I'll now turn it over to Sheriff Peterson for his portion.
Thank you, Chief Wilhelm. I'm Iowa County Sheriff Michael Peterson, M-I-C-H-A-L-P-E-T-E-R-S-1. The Iowa County Sheriff's Office and Dodgeville Police Department, in collaboration with Iowa County Investigations, extend our sincere gratitude to many local, state, and regional agencies whose swift action, strong coordination, and professional commitment were vital to the progress of a recent complex investigation. As Chief Wilhelm stated in his outline of the timeline, this case came together through an incredible amount of fast-paced coordination. From major operations to critical behind-the-scenes work, everyone involved made an impact. This was law enforcement working at its best, with focus, urgency, and heart. When we called, they answered. Their collective support helped us navigate challenging moments and carried out the work with confidence and care. Each agency needs to be recognized for their work. Altoona Police Department in Iowa, Dodgeville Fire Department, Dodgeville Public Works, Illinois Department of Transportation, Illinois State Police, Iowa County Coroner's Office, Iowa County District Attorney's Office, Iowa County Highway Department, Iowa Department of Transportation, State of Iowa, Iowa State Patrol, Lancaster County Sheriff's Office in Nebraska, Lancaster County District Attorney's Office in Nebraska, Lincoln Police Department in Nebraska, Mineral Point Police Department, Missouri State Patrol, Nebraska State Patrol, Nebraska Department of Transportation, Oxelberry Police Department in Illinois, Peru Police Department in Illinois, Seward County District Attorney's Office, Seward County Sheriff's Office, St. Charles Police Department in Missouri, Wisconsin Department of Justice Attorney General's Office, Wisconsin Department of Justice Crime Laboratory, Wisconsin Department of Justice Division of Criminal Investigation, also known as DCI, DCI Crime Response Specialist, Wisconsin State Crime Laboratory Response Team, Wisconsin State Patrol, and most importantly, therapy dogs, K9 Bull and K9 Charlie. Before we close, I want to personally thank the investigators from the Iowa County Sheriff's Office, Dodgeville Police Department, local agencies who were committed from the very beginning. Many of these individuals in this room worked side by side for nearly 20 hours straight after already working a long 8, 10-hour days that day, to make sure that no detail was missed and everything that all agencies involved had needed. They didn't just assist, they led. Their professionalism and ability to guide multi-jurisdictional efforts, including those from Nebraska State Patrol, as they all played a critical role in the success of this case. They gave everything they had, sacrificing time, energy, and comfort. Their work represents the core value of what law enforcement is about: commitment, courage, and care. To our teams that were involved, thank you. You showed what strength in the pursuit of justice looks like. I want to acknowledge the emotional impact a case like this has on our personnel. The scenes, the stress, and the weight of responsibility are not things we simply walk away from. We're committing to supporting the mental and emotional well-being of our people, because behind the badge are men and women who feel every part of everything that they have gone through. The Segebrecht family, we extend our deepest condolences and our heartfelt appreciation. This has been an incredibly painful time, and we know that the pace of the investigation did not always allow for every question to be answered at the moment. Despite that, you stood with us, and you stood with us right here in this room. Your trust allowed us to do our jobs and focus on the integrity of the investigation. We will carry your strength with us as we move forward with this investigation. The family also wants to release a statement to the public that they would like to thank all of the law enforcement agencies in Wisconsin, Nebraska, Missouri, Iowa, and Illinois that has assisted us with her case. The outpouring of community support has just been overwhelming. We appreciate the continued respect of our privacy at this time. And that was from the Segebrecht family. To the Thompson family, I would like to also thank you for your cooperation and respect during this difficult process that it has on you. We recognize the emotional toll this situation has been for you as well. And we are grateful for your willingness to remain engaged and respect throughout. The media, we'd like to thank you for your partnership. You helped us get critical information out to the public when it mattered most. You gave the family space when they needed it, and you respected our team's ability to carry out the complex investigation under pressure. That professionalism is valued, and we're grateful for your partnership in public safety. To our Iowa County community, as I've said before, our worlds have been turned upside down. It has shaken us. It has left many of us with hard questions, feeling fear, and wondering what is next. The fear is real. We see it, and we feel it too. Like many of those in our community, I was raised here. I'm raising my family here, along with many of the investigators and law enforcement team members that work this case are doing the exact same. This isn't just where we work. It's our home too. And I want you to know, we will be okay. We've been tested, but what I've seen in the past few days, the way our deputies, officers, investigators, first responders, and partner agencies came together is a reminder of the strength that lives in this community. It's the kind of strength that carries us through tragedy. I ask each of you, stand with one another, be patient, be kind, and support your neighbors. Check in on those who are struggling. If something doesn't feel right, say something. We are safer when we look out for each other. In final words, I just want to be clear that this is not the end of our work. This is not the end of our investigators' work. It's in reality just another start. This is the beginning of the next chapter. We will follow up on every detail, every proceeding, every step of the way until justice is served. There's no script for moments like this, just the truth. And the truth is that we are strong here in Iowa County. We've proven that, and we're going to keep proving it together. Turn it over to Mayor Barry Hotman.
Thank you, Sheriff Peterson. Good afternoon. Thank you for being here. My name's Barry Hotman, Mayor of the City of Dodgeville. That's Barryhottmann. Today I come before you with a heavy heart. On behalf of the City of Dodgeville, I want to express my deepest condolences to the Segebrecht family as they face an unimaginable loss. The pain of such a senseless act of violence is something no family should have to endure. Please know that our entire community mourns with you. We hold you close in our thoughts, in our prayers, and in our hearts. To our residents, I know many of you are feeling shaken, confused, and heartbroken. The tragedy has touched all corners of our community. In a place where we know each other by name, where we wave to each other on the street, and look out for one another, something like this just doesn't affect one family. It affects all of us. But let me be clear. Dodgeville is a safe, strong, and close-knit community. One tragic incident does not define who we are. How we come together in response, with compassion, with unity, and resolve, does matter. I want to take a moment to sincerely thank the Dodgeville Police Department, Chief Brandon Wilhelm, and all the officers of the Dodgeville Police Department for their swift and professional response. I also want to recognize the Iowa County Sheriff's Office, Sheriff Michael Peterson, and other county staff, the Wisconsin Department of Justice's Division of Criminal Investigation, Wisconsin State Patrol, and all other assisting agencies for their collaboration and support. Your hard work and coordination ensured the safety of others and helped bring clarity in a difficult and rapidly evolving situation. In times like these, it's natural to feel overwhelmed, but I want our community to know that support is available. Our focus now is on supporting those affected, especially the Segebrecht family, and ensuring that anyone who needs help, whether emotional or otherwise, has access to the resources they need. We are working with local partners to make those supports available and accessible. I encourage anyone in need of support to reach out, whether through city services, local faith communities, or trusted organizations in our area. Let us remember that the strength of Dodgeville has always come from its people, from the way we look after one another to how we respond to moments of adversity. We are a community that shows up, and we will continue to do that now. To the Segebrecht family, we are sorry for your loss. We grieve with you, and we will stand by you, now and always. May we move forward together in healing, support, and unity. Thank you.
We'll take just a few questions if anybody has anything. And
It seemed like there was a burglary that went wrong in a sense. Is that
we're still working out certain portions of those details. It does seem very random at this point. That's about what I'll say on that.
There's been a couple different pronunciations. Can you please clarify first and last name?
Dorinda Segebrecht. And I hope I'm still saying that right. It is a difficult last name. So.
Do you guys know if he had ties to Nebraska, or if that was the end game, or if he was planning on going around?
It at this point doesn't appear so. Again, something that we're still working on to determine if there is any connection there.
Just to confirm, you don't know if there was a connection between the victim and suspect? They
Correct.
knew each other?
Correct. Yep. That's something that we'll be working on probably for quite some time. That could come up quite a ways down the road even.
As of right now, it doesn't.
As of right now, we do not know of a connection.
is he a long-time Dodgeville resident?
Yes.
Has there been any updates in any leads for a potential motive that you can say?
Not necessarily, other than the vehicle is obviously a motive that would potentially fit with this, but there may be additional ones, or maybe that might only be a piece of it. So.
There was police tip around the home. Do you have evidence to prove that he may have, and how, can you elaborate on the investigation into the home?
Into the home itself, as far as how he got into the house. I think for right now, we'll leave that. That should be in the criminal complaint, which should be coming out this afternoon. I'm not sure all what is explained in there offhand, off knowledge right now, but yeah, the home was accessed by him.
How was the car discovered in Illinois? How did that pop up on the radar?
Those are investigative leads that we, as of right now, like to keep kind of under wraps. We utilize a lot of technology with these type of things. There's a lot of technology that's often advancing, and we use as much as we could, as quickly as we could, to try to track that vehicle.
So wasn't that like moved through case spot or whatever down there in Big Places, complex place from that?
Right? No, it would not have been that. Yep. Any other questions?
That's a photo the family chose to release.
Yes, this is a photo. The family personally chose that photo for us to release and have up here today. And then, as you can see, many of the agencies involved in this from the start are on the board behind. I'm sure that we're missing some. I apologize outright to any agency that we may have missed, any investigator that we may have missed. There was so many people involved in this. We're talking thousands of man-hours probably across the board here, and some very complex scenes in different states that everybody put all their resources into to try to find Dorinda.
Would a digital copy of that photo be available for us to have access to?
No, it does not sound like it would be. Anything else, or else we will wrap it up for now. I anticipate that there will be more press releases via the Iowa County Sheriff's Facebook page, especially once we have those charges and bring him back to Wisconsin. So, from there. Thank you all so much.
Do you have to go to the courthouse to get it explained?
Yes, you would request that through the clerk of courts. And again, it should be, we're hoping this afternoon. There were some logistical things that we had to sort out that were unanticipated. So, thank you all.